y'all, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Danielle, for those of you who may not know, and on this channel we use smart and logical decision making to create the lives that we want and to create the lives that we deserve. Today I want this video to be all about the empowerment of Black women. This year has been very awakening for many of us, and so there's a lot that we've learned, there's a lot that we've grown to know and understand and grown as individuals, a lot of conversations we were having no matter how uncomfortable, and we are a month and a half just about shy from 2021. And what I want for each and every woman under the sound of my voice, no matter whether you're Black or not, but especially for Black women, is to make sure your 2021 is everything you want it to be. Work on everything that you desire and that you want to have in your life. Okay, so that's enough of me rambling. One of the first ways that we as Black women can elevate our experiences by reflecting on everything that we learned in 2020. You know, 2020 has been a very interesting year, to say the least, and so we've learned so much. You know, we've experienced a lot, we've been open and privy to many conversations that's new to us. We've been growing as individuals, we've been helping each other out in so many different ways. We've been backed into corners, we've been disrespected, we've been hit in the face with skateboards, we've been followed around by men who's, you know, disrespecting us, who's harassing us for our phone numbers, had to trample bikes with cars. You know, so many things has happened in the year of 2020, and I think Black women are finally coming to this space where we're evolving, as I said earlier in the year, and where we're really figuring out what we want out of this life, and we're accepting nothing less than the best for ourselves. So if you're one of those women, or if you want to be one of those women, please stay tuned to this entire video, okay? And consider subscribing to this channel, because we're gonna talk about this a lot, especially coming into 2021 and entering into 2021, so we make sure we didn't forget everything that we learned in the beginning of 2020. That's where reflection comes in. You know, put all of these things that we've learned in your Rolodex that is in your mind and store them and move accordingly. Okay, that's the biggest part. Move accordingly. Never forget everything that you've learned and every experience that you had, and the growth that we've been experiencing together, no matter how tumultuous or how hard it's been. Really figure out what you want. You know, we've discovered so much, and if you've been practicing self-care the way many of us have been pushing for us to do as Black women, it's really important that we figure out exactly, you know, for the most part, not exactly 100%, because things always change, but really figure out ideally what you want your life to be like. That is where you start to manifest, and that is where, you know, you have your heart set, you start working toward those things, and you begin to manifest them. You know, we have to work with the universe, okay? We can't just sit back and want to do things and hope and wish. We have to actually put in the work, and in order to do that, you have to actually figure out what you want, okay? Figuring out what needs to be met, you know, from a man, from your friendships, from your family, from your children, everything, what you want your lifestyle to be like, what you want your home, the good stuff and the bad stuff. We really need to figure out what it is that we want, so that we can actually manifest those things, so that we can actually create those things, and so that we can keep track of where we are, where we've come from. I believe that Black women have come very far. Our growth has been tremendous this year, and I want each and every one of us to continue. Free yourself from your beliefs. Oftentimes we take beliefs as facts as humans, when in fact it's not. No pun intended, but we take our beliefs sometimes to be what things are, when they're actually not, when it's just purely our perception. We have to really get ourselves out of a space and out of the conditioning that we have had from any type of source, whether it's your childhood, your parental upbringing, you know, how your childhood was, how your friendship circle is, how you're used to doing things. When you really want to change and create a life that you want, you have to be willing to do the work. You have to be willing to set aside what you always thought was real and what your belief system is. For an example, if you know, for an example, let's take something as frivolous as doing makeup. You know, a lot of women act like makeup is so hard to do. You know, makeup is a skill. Makeup is not something any of us were born knowing how to do. Nobody was born knowing how to do makeup. Now, you can be more artistic than the next person, but trust me, I've never took pride in my artistic abilities, so to speak, but I am able to do makeup because I took the time to learn it. I would sit for hours and hours, weekend after weekend, practicing how to do makeup. So it's easy to say, I can't do that, I can't do that. Now, unless you just have the money to pay for someone to do your makeup for you every time you want to do it, and most of us don't, and even if you do, are you really gonna throw that kind of money away by saying what you can't do when it's not? The fact is, you can do it, you just don't want to take the time to learn. And that sort of mindset applies to so many things, from, you know, something as frivolous makeup as something grand as starting your first business. And so our beliefs 9 times out of 10 are actual facts. Everybody can look at the same thing and perceive it in so many different ways. So it's on us to rewire our thinking, even so much to the point where we are so emotionally intelligent and so in control of our emotions, especially when it's most appropriate to be, that we can actually create the lives that we want, so that you can actually meet your goals and you can free yourself from a lot of bondages that you create. I mean, just imagine thinking that you can't be successful because you're a black woman. And not to put anybody out there, but I went on a live and one of the ladies was like, how are you meeting all of these different men? And especially during a pandemic and on online dating, when they say that it's harder for black women to date and people prefer everyone else. You can look at it like that. Sure, I can get online and look at it like that, but why would I spend my energy being concerned about something that I don't even know to be actually true? And even so, if somebody was doing an experiment using my account, and you know, my account got passed over because I'm black, I want to be in such, I am, but I want you guys to be in such a emotionally mature state. And not to say that person was emotionally immature, that's not what I'm saying, but just get yourself into a state where even if you know these things to be true, and when we do, because it's been proven time and time again, let it not bother you. At the end of the day, most of us only want one man. So I don't need 20, 30 different people, because this is another example. You know, oftentimes we feel like, you know, especially dealing with attraction, we feel like the light-skinned person, we feel like the person with the green eyes, we feel like the person with the big butt and tiny waist. We feel like all of the, I just want to be like this person because, you know, they probably get all the attention and this and this and that. Listen, I can attest, as somebody with green eyes and a big butt, okay? I can attest that it is not always what it's cracked up to be. And a lot of the attention is not good attention. And you don't want that kind of attention. So never let your beliefs on what you think is going to happen if you get on online dating. The bottom line is somebody is going to be attracted to you. There's going to be a plethora of people that's attracted to you. You don't need the same amount of people to be attracted to you that Becky or Maria might have, okay? You don't need that, and you don't want it. And at the end of the day, what you want is the person that's for you. What you want is to meet that person for you, and you only need one. So you don't need 100. Why would I need 100 people to weed through? Especially somebody like me who I don't particularly enjoy the dating process all the time. A lot of parts of it It's fun and exciting, meeting people new, experiencing someone, you know, but at the end of the day, most of us want our person. And so don't concern yourself with all of these things to the point where you won't even put yourself out there. Like I've said previously, a surefire way to not find your person is to not try, not expose yourself to new people, whether that's online dating or in person. And frankly, we're in a pandemic, so I don't know how much we want to involve ourselves with public spaces anyway. So you need to be able to meet new people in a safe way and in a safe environment. And at the same time, you gotta understand that it doesn't matter. Whoever's gonna be attracted to you are gonna be attracted to you. And you want somebody that want you. So if somebody don't want me because I'm black, if somebody don't want me because I'm thicker than the average girl, I got a few extra pounds, that is okay with me. I want the person who's gonna help provide me with the lifestyle that I want and help provide me with being an asset to me and not a liability. And frankly, I don't care about what another woman is getting. So I really want black women to don't let these things hinder you. Even though there are truth to these things, a lot of times we conflate our beliefs with what facts are. Because no matter how many men you think you won't get because you're black, you're gonna get a lot of men. You're gonna get a lot of attention for being black as well, or being for the beautiful, wonderful person that you are. And frankly, that's what you want more. The fourth thing that is good to implement in order to elevate your black experience as a woman is to take care of yourself in every way possible. No matter how intricate, no matter how much of a time squeeze how little time you may have, take care of yourself in every way. Take care of your mental, take care of your physical, take care of your spiritual, take care of your emotional. Take care of yourself in every way. Care about how you look, care about how you present yourself, care about how you treat people, care about caring for yourself, care about having me time. Make sure that you take the time to celebrate yourself, to celebrate, you know, all the obstacles that you may have been through and has gotten over, to celebrate yourself, just being able to take care of yourself as an adult in this world, for not breaking down and for still being here. Take care of yourself in every way possible. I say this time and time again. You are your own responsibility. Nobody is responsible for your happiness and your contentment but you, because the person you may be expecting to make you happy, they have to fight to make themselves happy, and you need to do the same. We are no good to anyone. Our children, our parents, our significant others, our friends, we are no good to anyone if we're not whole. We are no good to anyone if we aren't together ourselves, if we aren't happy, satisfied individuals. If you're miserable, you're radiating on a frequency of being miserable, and everybody is going to feed off of that energy, and that is what we do not want. We want to be in high spirits as much as possible, especially during a stressful time. If you have children, I know a lot of people like to lose themselves in their kids, or lose themselves in their husbands, or lose themselves in their family or spouses, but we cannot afford to continue to do this as black women. Everybody want us to be the backbone and the strength of everything, and it's time that we stop and take care of ourselves so we can be the divine, glorious women that we are, so we can be the goddesses that we have always been since the beginning of time. It's on us to take it into our own hands, and it's our responsibility and ours alone to command respect, to demand respect, and to get respect. As much as we may be worried about not getting what another race of women want, listen, we need to step into our own goddess energy, period. And it's not anyone's responsibility, including the men of our own race, to get us there. We have to recognize it. We have to be responsible for caring for ourselves, for understanding what our needs are. And if someone isn't meeting those needs, cut it. It's as simple as that. And black women will never win until we get back to a place where we can love on ourselves the way we deserve. The last and final thing, and this is a biggie, understand the power in us. Understand the power that is the black woman. You know, we're no stranger to being called strong. We're no stranger to being told that we're the backbone and we're independent and we do this and we're gonna fix everybody and everything, and end up neglecting ourselves. No, we are sure we have the capability of doing that. We've been doing that. But black women, we are at a place now where we are going to get our needs met. We are going to create lives that we want, and we are accepting nothing less. And we have to understand our divinity. Not to offend anybody who's not a black woman. As a black woman, we know the power that we hold. We know the beauty that society, people can tell us every single day of our lives how undesirable we are, how unprotected we are, blah, blah, blah. But when you have women who are, every race of woman is mimicking and mocking, spending thousands and thousands of dollars trying to morph into us, trying to resemble us, trying to resemble our big lips, trying to resemble our big butts and thighs, trying their hardest to get to the divinity of us, it can't happen. Every race of woman have their own divine goddess energy or whatever. But black women, the original woman, I may add, we are it. It is everything, okay? So we are everything, and everybody knows it, it seems, but us. So we really have to get in a place where we understand our power, where we understand our beauty. And I think, not to pat us on the back, but I think we've done a good job considering how much hatred we receive, even from the men of our own race. And I think we've done a fantastic job at still being creative and being pushers and owners of the culture. It's us. It's us. And we have to recognize that. And we have to want to be exclusive, okay? Now, that doesn't mean, don't hang around people that's not black or just understand your divinity, understand your femininity, understand what makes us us. We need to actually implement these things, okay? We need to put these things in day-to-day practice, because at the end of the day, nobody is responsible for the black woman's image like the black woman. And we actually have more control and power than we know, because when we want things done, okay, things get done. I went to Atlanta. When I got off my flight, the first sign leaving the airport said, "Stacey Abrams welcomes you to Atlanta." Don't tell me what you can't do as a black woman. Don't tell me about how many people don't want you and how unprotected you are, when we recognize who we are, okay? And we ration all of this strength, and we ration all of this love and this energy that we give to the world and pour it into ourselves first. Trust me, we will begin to be protected and be the most protected. But it's on us to understand that, because when you don't know who you are, when you forget your power and you let yourself be used by others, that's the place you are, that's the place you're radiating from, that's the frequency that you're putting out there, and we can't afford to do that anymore. That is all that I have for this video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you made it to the end of this video, I love you guys so much. Thank you for subscribing if you have already. If you haven't, consider subscribing. I ain't trying to twist your arm, baby. Continue to create the life that you want, and you will make me happy. I will see you all in the next video.